Now that we learned about data fields and how you can create them or use existing ones, let's look at record templates. So record templates are just the templates you create using those data fields to bring together the specifications of any items that you have, so you can build those specifications and use them for quoting. And this is how you build out all the attributes, measurements, dimensions, and other information pertaining to your product, such as packaging, for example. As you can see in the record templates in the left menu, we've got some product lines already created for you. So these are the standard ones that we are continuing to add to as we find new ones that are common in the marketplace. So there's some familiar ones on here for you probably. We've got multi-wall bags, we've got pallets, we've got pouches. So let's take a look at one of these templates. So we just took the pre-formed pouches template, and what you can do is this is a standard template that we create for you, but then you can edit and make changes to it if this is very close to what you would like, but you would just like some extra customization. This is where those data fields come in, where you can add additional fields, rearrange fields, create new categories to group it together to make it more cohesive for what you need this for. So as a standard, this is what you would see in the preformed pouches template. You will see everything kind of grouped into different categories. So you've got the assets category. This is where you can upload the files for the spec, for the die line, for the sign off, any other miscellaneous files. Then you've got another section, that's the overview. This is just the type of the pouch, your die line AI, maybe your die line PDF file. Then we move on to dimensions, and these are all the dimensions that we found relevant to this particular product type. As you can see, it continues going, giving you those groups of different features and details to keep it cleaner. What you also see is we've got another section over here that is a preview. So what this preview does is it gives you a better look at what this will look like when you actually see it when you're entering the specification or entering the quote. So this is the look that you will get. This is kind of the fields that you will be filling in. This is that end user kind of look versus the administrative template builder look. There's also a toggle on the top right. That's the quoting mode. So any of the fields that you mark that are mandatory to be used in quotes as well, because a lot of times you're not going to have all these hundreds of fields from the whole spec template for quoting. So you can switch the view for which fields will be displayed for quoting. So how you do that is the fields that you would like to be filled in when you're creating a quote for this item, you would just click on that field and you would toggle this include in quoting button. So any fields that you toggle this for will be included in any quotes that you generate for that specific product type template. So what else can you do? So you can move around the fields. If you just drag and drop, you can rearrange the fields. You can also move them to other sections. So all you have to do is click the three dots on any field and select which section you would like to move it to up and down, and then you can rearrange them in that section. You can also change the size of the fields. I would like this to be a smaller box or a bigger box, or I would like this to be a whole width. So right now we accommodate 2 columns, so you can expand things to either half a column or take up the full length. So this allows you to really customize those fields and arrange them in a way that makes sense to you. So what you can also do is obviously you can add fields. So those fields that you created, let's look for that ABC field that I created earlier. I can now take that field and I can add it to any section. So now I brought in that custom field and I can decide where I'm going to move it, and then I can go and preview it. I will then make save changes, and now any of my items that utilize this template will have this layout and this fields on them. But what you can also do is if you go back to record templates, you can also create a brand new template for you. So you've got a product that's not covered by one of our standard product templates. You will just create a new template, and let's maybe create one for logos, and it's going to be a product because we do have an option also for artwork templates. So for Lego, this is what we're just going to get. This is you're starting from blank if you're creating your own product line. So you'll have this first section that you can start adding fields to, or you can start creating your additional categories. So just like with that ABC field, I am going to take, maybe I want to start with just my sizes. So I will take, let's say, interior length, maybe. I will add that. Maybe I have a width. And I've got all these options of different widths I can use. Maybe we're looking just at the interior width. Maybe I want to rearrange it. Maybe I want to edit this category, and this is not going to be my size category. Then maybe I have a packaging category for how these Legos are going to be packaged. So I have a new category, and they're going to be in a box on a pallet. So I'll say how many boxes of these Legos are going to be in a pallet. And this is how this goes. It's very simple. It's very just pick a section that you want to add a field to, select the field, then drag and drop to rearrange it to the size you need. And then you just save and you've got that template. So now you can also go and under your specifications, all you have to do is when you create a new spec, you can utilize that brand new template. So you will now have that Lego template right here. And as you see, we only added a couple categories. So I've got my size and packaging categories sections down here. Everything else is just the default that you get for any spec. So your general naming information, buying and selling to, shipping and quantity breaks. But those additional fields that you selected are now going to be down here for you to enter. And now I'm going to say maybe it's 10 by 9. My packaging, I would like 100 boxes on a pallet and 10,000. I'm going to pick some generic information for the top section. And then it's very quick. If I've got a file, I can go ahead and drop it in that file as well. But it took me literally just a couple of minutes to create my own brand new template for a brand new product and start creating those individual products and filling in those templates. Thank you.